one of the facts is that we don't have a mind that is cosmic. We have a mind that is of memory. And that memory is a dysfunction of reality. Only due to it not owning the present, it owns the before in some manner. But every time we pretend we have memory, we have to try and work on what does 5 times 99 add and multiply to? When we're in the cosmic alignment, attunement, what comes through is so much more vast that if we're hiding inside of any trick of mind's holding patterns, it just flows over us like a like this is a weed in the flow. It just doesn't really burden us with force to make us hear. Actually, both meanings, isn't it? Here, our measure of mind is, can we analyze via the before? Can we analyze and get ready for the furtherings called our future and our knowings of how to see to it? Many ways God nature has used me when we've been speaking to see if I can call you from the hobbies of mind. So we're really needing a better quest since we don't travel very far. We just keep repeating the same skills we've taken on. And usually the same kind of thinking, same speaking, even the same intonations and the same hand rolls. It's all part of the memory that now just plays us as its M-E-T-E, its way of meting out what it has experienced. So again, let's see if there's any restitution. It's a very dangerous reasoning to step off of a cliff is absurd. We memorize that one usually, unless we really want to be gone, which is another illusion. But so we believe. So I want to tell us a story. We're not actually here until we become pressed together by the comet style of love that motivates everything. It moves through vastness. It doesn't pause. It has no innocence. It's a full-on delivery of exact native plurality that isn't physical. One of the quips I typed earlier is very intriguing to me, that 3D doesn't actually exist. And it's all we really know until we're looking through another lens as a scientist or as an evolutionary alertness does. Only then do we have a sense that this gift of flesh is a suitable housing for memory only. And it's sent forth, this memory, to inscribe whether reality has been felt into properly or whether we, any of us, didn't meet it accurately. So it's almost like we're an experiment to ourselves, however, because love did not ask us to be this. If any come into a body as love, it is a fact felt that the body is a lure, but it's in the way of what I am and what I sing and what I radiate. That meaning of sing. But rather than ask our mind anything while we're in a body. This is a harder sentence, so we'll string it around a few different ways. We are better used as the chosen reality skill set. Let's do that again. We're better used as the deliverer of reason of being than as someone who is sitting inside of our body feeling like a dud, not malleable enough, not innocent anymore, and judging others for the same problem. Better that we remember to resume the present without a mind hoarding the script of what is so. How many ways will we need to review what we've learned before we are the spout of love's word? It just happens. Because we're a little different than God's side. God has commanded the mind to realize there's no one here unless love is first. The mind might stare back as if it's watching TV while receiving that download. Easy for you to say, kind of a thing. If you walk over to the TV, turn it on and talk at it, like it can hear you. Our mind does that with God, and it doesn't listen unless love is first. And then, yes, it'll point back to the mind trying to describe reality, but refusing to be it. And say, you're in the way. You're not that I am. You're a hoarder and let's just keep it at that. You hoard mind. But now we can state accurately, my mind, your mind, my mind, we can say to ourselves, my mind is just awake. It just has to revile the common stuff because it's only gone there, and realize it's not it any longer. And do the dangerous to it, summoning of the now's newness. So the David and the Amy and the person here speaking hasn't met this one. You are, I am, in this manner. It surpasses, and you may feel the body trying to hoard the meaning. Wait, I have to know first. I have to know what to do with this. I don't even know if it suits my lifestyle. I don't think I can do that, God. What I called a comet, you've heard this before, this frequency that moves doesn't ever hold still. It's not an easy descriptive, but it's accurate. The last edge of the universal wellness that we can gather a ride back into wellness in is this episodic visitation, like a comet that comes back around in its own cycle, its own rhythm, its own meaning of how and why it came to be this. And one interesting characteristic of this comet is that it always leaves enough like breadcrumbs of light. And should we actually eat the crumbs of light, become it, we are in the comet. Poof. We are in what is leaving, just like you, some of you hope for, leaving the earth alone and writing the tale, the one several meaning of tale, back to the reality your isness resides within. But to defer to this means doing what you often feel, the urge to kneel, the urge to have a heartache sob of yes. But the memory must stand within the yes and let holy disintegration of before begin. It will look both like you're raised up and shorn of logic. It is easiest done alone. It is very difficult to do it in ceremony, only due to the passion play that ceremony styles itself into. So when we come together, even just a few of us, again, words will not be the fuller meaning if you just try to hear them. So as we come together, we must vacate meaning, history of meaning. Vacate the history of meaning that I have a skull, and when I try to vacate it, I can feel my skull like this hard object it appears to be. And I feel caught in the skull. Because without tendrils of meanings, we don't feel fluid. We can't move. It's just suddenly insulated in nothing that's cleanly true to me, as in lost. Without memory, lost is our feeling. Dull, bound. So our vastness resumes in the space among us, what we can't see, taste, grab, and surrounds the skin and makes the breath take upon it the mild version of reality that suits you to hear now, called oxygen, we think, but it's before oxygen and words. Resume, says the space without language. The consequence of no more idea. No more nerves searching for thought or idea. No more reach for something you thought you knew about. Nor languor. No giving up. There's nothing you're searching with. There is just exposure to this limitless, it seems, spaciousness. Osmotic reason of that which is evaporates all before. Exactly as light on dew.